My name is Dani, and I've been at NSCI for as long as I can remember. And I'm really glad to belong to a religious institution that not only accepts, but acknowledges and celebrates people from all different kinds of backgrounds and identities. When I was asked to put something together for this year's Pride Shabbat, I won't lie, I was a little panicked. That's why I'm reading it. But my respect for and my trust in the leadership at NSCI really made the decision easy. I don't take this opportunity for granted, and once I get over my nerves, I'll be proud to have spoken up in this way. So, the way that I like to describe myself is as a person who happens to be non-binary or genderqueer. It's not the first or only interesting thing about me, but it tends to be the first thing that people notice. I'm also a teacher and a student in early childhood. I play sports, I like to cook. I'm a sibling, a child, a partner, a friend. I am as many things as everyone, and proud though I am to be part of the queer community, that's not all I am. I am all of those things and more, and I happen to be someone for whom the title of girl never really fit. I have described the title of girl or woman as feeling like a too tight, itchy costume that I didn't know I could take off until I was an adult. And let me tell you, taking it off felt like taking a deep breath for the very first time. Because it is part of me, but not all of me, I don't always want to shout it out to the world or to people as soon as I've met them. But since it's one of the most visible things about me, it's one of the first things people notice, a challenge that I'm still navigating and probably will for my whole life. I'd much rather just be seen as Dani and as a person than as a woman or as a man. The aspect of Judaism I feel most connected to and most thankful for is the idea of tikkun olam, healing the world. I'm proud to be Jewish because in my learning and experience, Judaism focuses on action. It focuses on the way we as individual people can do our part, to take care of one another, to make choices that impact society in a positive way, to take care of our physical environment, ultimately, to choose to be good. I love the Rabbi Hillel story of a man asking him to teach the whole Torah while he stands on one foot. Hillel replies, "That which is hateful to you, do not do to others. The rest is commentary, now go and learn it." What I love about this story is that it emphasizes the importance in Judaism of the action of respecting others and of treating them well. While I'm not the most religious of all people, since this is at the heart of what it really means to be Jewish, I'm a very proud member of the community. I teach in a Jewish preschool. While I did not specifically seek out a Jewish early childhood center, in my experience, most of our explanations and our explorations surrounding religious events and experiences have had the same emphasis on action and on goodness. And I have truly loved getting to work with children with the goals and motivations and Jewish values of understanding, respect, kindness, and warmth at the center. As you can imagine, children are constantly asking me if I'm a boy or a girl. This makes sense, since it's our human tendency to categorize, and gender provides one of the most salient and immediately noticeable of all categories for children, and adults for that matter. Don't get me wrong, adults certainly wonder the same thing, but most don't verbalize it. If this wondering, as we like to call it in kids, happens in front of parents, the parents will often stammer and freeze up, hoping their child has not offended me. But personally, I love when they ask. As I like to say, you can't be easily offended and work with kids. Their wonderings always come from a place of curiosity, of innocence, and of love. I often return their question with a question. What do you think? And their responses have opened the door to many wonderful conversations about gender stereotypes, diversity, inclusivity. For example, many say, "I think you're a boy because you have short hair." So then I ask about their brothers or fathers. If he decided to grow his hair long, would he still be a boy? The answer is always yes. So then we get to talk about how the way a person looks doesn't always define who that person is, and how in many ways, people get to choose the way they look. This is normally followed up by enthusiastic agreement from the child. Sorry, it's lightning outside. The card's going off. Recently, I started being more honest with children and answering their questions. In a FaceTime conversation with a child, part of our virtual preschool as of late, he said completely unprompted, "Dani, you're not a girl." I said, "You're right." And before I could elaborate much, he said, "Oh, okay. Want to see my fireplace?" This interaction is indicative of most children's reactions to questions about my gender. They have a wondering, they ask about it, they hear the answer, and they move on. They aren't looking for one answer or another. If the answer happens to be new to them, then they've learned something new, and they add it to their mental conception of gender, the same way they add nectarines to their conception of fruits when the summer arrived, or cicadas to their conception of bugs. Children are constantly learning new things and adding these new things to their existing understandings, free of judgment. To be honest, for me, working with children, especially working with children in an environment where the central focuses are understanding, respect, and kindness, so much of Jewish values as well, has been an incredibly freeing experience for me. Children just want to know that you love them, boy, girl, or anywhere outside or in between. And I think that's a lesson we can all stand to learn. I've certainly learned from the children I work with in so many ways, including but certainly not limited to openness, forgiveness, kindness, dealing with the unknown. When we look at all children have to teach us, and when we combine that with the Jewish values of understanding, kindness, respect, and warmth, it's a powerful combination, and one that I'm incredibly grateful to get to experience every day. Thank you for listening and watching. Shabbat Shalom.